where it goes down, where you hear about the sports all around town. In the country, full of controversy to the highlights. You just not safe in the limelight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in for another live episode of The Stoop. I'm TJ, got my guy Kev over there. What's going on, Kev?
Greetings. How you making out today?
All right, cool, solid. We all good, bro. We got an action-packed one, man. Listen, we can't talk about DMV basketball and talk about some of the legends that have come out to this area without talking about this gentleman as our featured special guest today. We got a McDonald's All-American, a consensus All-American, a collegiate basketball player who took over the A-10 by storm, a sizable, big, formidable international basketball player as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We got our guy, Mr. Kevin Lyde. Kevin Lyde, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How y'all doing out there?
We solid, man. Yo, Kev, we really want to thank you for checking in with us today, man. We just got a couple questions we want to rap with you about, man, and just, give us your honest opinion on how you feeling about everything. So the first question we want to jump into you with is, when did you fall in love with the game of basketball? Around what age?
I loved everything that came with basketball. I fell in love with basketball as I got older.
Okay.
Like 20s. But I loved everything that came with basketball before that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. So give you that. At what age did you think you could do something with basketball? Like, when did you realize you could do something, potentially go to school or go even further than that with your talent?
Around 15 or so, I started getting free sneakers and stuff like that for playing and doing stuff like that. So I started realizing it could do stuff for me.
Okay. All right. Growing up in your area, like I said, the great DMV area, who are some of the guys that you watch or you idolize growing up in the area that you try to pattern your game after, or just watch and admire their game?
The usual Kurt Smith, Greg Jones, another big guy, Big Dink Peterson, Donald Forbes. There's a lot of guys I used to watch and just try to take stuff from.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I know you grew up playing a little bit in the famous DC Assault. What were some of the practices like, and tell us like some of your favorite memories from some of the tournaments?
Practice was intense every day. Everybody wanted to win, so it was trash talking, it was competing. You had guys, majority of the guys was ranked in the nation, so we wanted to outdo each other every practice. So practice was intense. Always compete at a high level. Wanted to win. Wanted to be the rank race to win a game every practice. So it was a couple good times. We actually won Adidas big time one year. 180-something teams, and we came out the number one team. Probably the best time I had AAU-wise.
Okay, so you had a good time AAU-wise with that, but I also know that in '98 you were chosen to play in the McDonald's All-American game, and you were playing among some of the best high schoolers in the nation at that particular time, and you were instrumental in that game. You put up some nice stats in your limited playing time. And is there anything that you recall about that game that stood out to you?
Yeah, I missed too many free throws. I could have had more points. I missed so many free throws, and I missed like 3 dunks, I think.
Oh, where you missed 3 dunks?
My numbers could have been better.
It's all good, though. You still had a heck of a game, though. But coming out of that, I'm sorry, but you had something, TJ?
Yeah, you almost had a double-double. Kev had 14 and 9, homie, in limited time.
Yeah, 14 and 9. Yep.
Yeah.
That's vital.
Still feel like I could have did better, but it was still, like you said, it was a good game. I ain't played too many minutes, but it was good.
That's a true competitor right there. You always looking for something better, even though you did well. So I can respect that. But with that being said, coming out of the game, who else recruited you? And did you think you made the right move? And what made you decide to go with Temple?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I had offers from every school. To be honest, I committed to Maryland my 10th grade year. I was going to Maryland, but I had sat down and I had a house visit with Gary Williams, and I just ain't like how I was going, how conversation went. So I went and met with Coach Chaney, and Coach Chaney's conversation was basically what I wanted to hear. Like, you can't learn to swim if you don't get in the pool. So,
right.
And I liked him as a coach, so that's why I went with Temple.
Okay, I can rock with that. Speaking of Temple and Coach Chaney, in the early 90s, he had 3 legends that took the program to another level. Did you know that you and your team in early 2000 were gonna basically duplicate some of that same magic?
We in all honesty, we was trying to outdo them. They got to the Elite Eight. We were hoping we were good enough to get to the Final Four. We had a couple of opportunities that we let slip through our hands to do that. We lost to a injured Seton Hall. I think that was our best year to go to the Final Four. But then we lost in the Elite Eight to Duke one year to go to the Final Four, and the Elite Eight to Michigan State to go to the Final Four. So we wanted to outdo them, to be honest.
Got you. TJ, you wanted to go ahead and toss in something?
Listen, Kev, I want to tell you, man, looking back, man, you made school fun for us. Like it was a magical ride, man. Like everything from, we flooded Broad Street with y'all. We went across the country with y'all. Like y'all made school fun. And pretty much the notoriety, the winning that you did was amazing. I can remember watching that Elite Eight game with Duke, and I can just remember all the energy that y'all brought to campus. Through all your games in your career, and if you want to rank the Elite Eight, what was probably the most powerful game you ever played in?
The most powerful game I ever played is against Georgetown. My first game ever in college, we played Georgetown. And just from me being down here, that was a big game to me. Like I look forward to it, and I did well that game.
Okay, doing well. Like so, who were you playing against in that Georgetown game? Do you remember what was the squad like that you played against?
Jamil Watkins.
Okay.
Boone J. I forgot who else was on that team. Kevin Braswell, Damon Jackson.
Okay.
Good team had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that you played pretty much everywhere, coming from your area, and there's a lot of great teams. Let's go back to school for a second. Y'all played in a powerful A-10 back in the early 2000s, man. I want to think about something. Who was the most competitive team that you ever played against while you was an Al? And maybe one of the fiercest cats that you played against as a player as well. So probably the best team you played against and one of the best competitors that you played against.
Well, man, UMass playing against Larry Kittner.
Okay.
I was young. He was older, so it was a tough battle. He was experienced. But that's why I look forward to playing against guys like him. But as far as games in the A-10, I like the St. Joe's game because it's down the street. It was a rival game.
Okay.
The energy in the game was just good energy.
Okay. Not Rhode Island. You don't put Rhode Island up there at all? With some of them teams they had?
Nah, Rhode Island only had that year with Lamar that it felt like it was something. But other than that, St. Joe's every year seemed like it was a dog fight.
That was Jameer. That was Marv. That was
Yeah.
Okay, them dudes.
Andre Howard.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Kev. You can take the next one.
All right. Well, I wanted to address this real quick because I know you DMV cats have a certain smooth, effortless style of play that y'all do. And you continue that tradition with your touch around the basket, rebounding, and defensive timing. Your Temple coach, legendary John Chaney, as we spoke about earlier, has had many players come through that program, most notably probably Eddie Jones and Aaron McKee. Yet he's been quoted as saying, in all my years, I have never had a player of Kevin's magnitude play for me. He has the best hands I've ever seen, and you won't have to worry about his rebounding ability. How does it make you feel hearing his high praise?
I mean, to be honest, that's a great feeling. Like he's a Hall of Fame coach. To have somebody feel like that about you, it's a great feeling. I appreciate everything he's told me. As far as not even just basketball, just as being a man, he told me so much. But when you hear a Hall of Fame coach talk like that, it's a good feeling.
This is the facts. But so since then, you were slated to leave Temple, I think your junior year, and declare for the draft, but you decided ultimately to return to campus. What prompted that change of heart?
I was in a workout with the Clippers, and I partially tore my Achilles. Slight tear in my Achilles. So it wasn't good. I couldn't work out no more for no more teams, so I thought it was a good idea to go back to school. But in all honesty, it wasn't because I was in school hurt the whole year. I played hurt the whole year, and it showed. Like, my numbers went down. It just wasn't a good year for me, for the most part.
I would say this though, Kev. If my memory serves me correctly, if I recall correctly, you was down, but the team improved. I know Big Ron got better. Like, team around you got better. Cats had to really step up. Greg Jeff got better. Like, talk about that, man.
Yeah, no. The thing about it is, I tell everybody this all honesty. Big Ron was probably the hardest person I had to play against ever.
True facts.
People don't understand how good he was. Like, he was extremely good, strong. He did so with me being out. He definitely stepped up and did what he's supposed to do. And everybody Lynn was hurt. It was just a down year for us personally. But all the other guys got to play and get learning experience.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing about it.
Absolutely. D-Hawk came into his own. Like, it really worked out well for y'all, man. It did.
Yeah, came up a game short though. That's all.
Yeah.
In the tournament, came up a game short.
It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But since leaving Temple, you played in Europe, you played here, you played in Argentina professionally. I know there's always been that little language barrier that makes it a little difficult to communicate effectively. And then, of course, you have different styles of play and role expectations, especially for someone such as yourself being a big man when you're abroad. How difficult was it for you to alter your style and still try to remain effective in the game?
Well, over there, the bigs, they let you shoot a lot more jump shots, but it's super physical over there, so that kind of fit to how I like to play.
Okay.
But the language barrier definitely was different. That was tough some days. Just normal stuff you used to doing, like going to the store. Stores close at 7 o'clock. You just can't get nothing what you want. So, as far as basketball-wise, it wasn't no difference for me.
Got you. So,
couple rule things, that was it.
I'm going to toss this last one out to you because this is something that I wanted to know because I mentioned to you earlier the DMV smooth and effortless play. And now I'm going to make light of that same thing because you broke one of those traditions. We had before you was Walt Williams, Lawrence Moten, Jerome Williams, Moochie Norris. These are all notable guys that came before you, and they're all known for rocking the signature high socks. That's y'all look. That's your DMV look. I'm going to go ahead, whether you like it or not, I'm going to hold you accountable for breaking that tradition. Is that something that was intentional when you went ahead and you decided I'm not wearing these high socks, or was that an afterthought?
No, I was actually my calves was too big. I used to stretch the socks out, so they never stayed up. So I stopped trying it.
Yeah, okay, that's
got you. But that was your look for a second, though. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, I tried it and worked for me.
Got you.
Okay.
All right, TJ, go ahead, man.
Yo, Kev, listen, man. I know you Mar Johnson, DeMar, you know, as a bad cat, he's a legend from the area, man. Y'all played DC Assault together, man. Talk about that whole DC Assault experience, coming up in that program and that tradition of playing for, you know, a well-known thing, a well-known machine out of the area, man. Talk about that for a second.
I could be honest with you. As far as basketball, DC Assault saved my life.
Oh, wow.
Like, at this time, I was getting expelled out of school. I was actually in the 10th, just going to the 10th grade. Was kicked out of school, expelled from DC schools, Maryland schools. Had nowhere to go. I was just hanging out. They came and sent me to a boarding school, and my life changed from there. So I owe them guys everything. Like Curtis Malone, Troy, Mike, I owe them everything. My man P. I owe them the world. They know they saved my life because I probably wouldn't be here. I was into so much other stuff at a young age that them sending me away and showing me basketball and taking me around the world changed my life.
Wow, that's amazing.
Powerful statement right there.
No, that's powerful. That's definitely powerful. So let's talk about that, man, and continuing the DC Assault thing. How did they prepare you, man? Because you went on for some big things through your collegiate and the rest of your career. All-American status, McDonald's. Like, what was it like during those workouts and those times of just being a part of the DC Assault? And what would y'all, go through and think about some of your memorable tournaments and places that you might have played with those guys?
Like being a part of that, it made you had to play with pride because the guy next to you had a big name and everybody came to see him. So if you went out there and played as hard as him or try to play harder, you would embarrass yourself. And that's what I like about the guys. They'll let you know when you're not doing your job. We all held each other accountable. So if I was BSing, DJ or Keith would tell me, yo, you BSing, let's go. And we held each other accountable. So that pushed us a lot. And like I said, we all close to this day. We still talk almost every day, still talk trash to each other. Like, we still hold that competitive balance. Like, I tell DJ every chance I get, he never beat me in a game against each other.
Right.
So we hold each other to stuff like that, which is a good feeling. You got friends that's been around that long.
Cool. I mean, no matter where you're from, no matter what city you go to, all the major cities all around the country, there's always that cat that everybody knows in everybody's hood. And you grew up in the DMV, there's Berry Farms, there's the Goodman, there's all types of leagues and different courts out in PG. Think about, man, what was that one dude, that one cat that you knew from the area was a problem? He just ain't make it out, man. Who would that be for you?
I mean, it's so many of them. Like, it's so many names I can name.
Give me one or two
like
names.
A guy like Henry Hall, who's older than me, who averaged 40 in high school around here, dang there. Greg Jones, who played minor leagues but didn't really get his fair chance of what he should have got. It's so many names you can say that didn't get an opportunity or pissed the opportunity away for the most part.
Okay.
Speaking of having opportunities, you had the opportunity to go to Oak Hill. Tell me something about that school, because we all know it's a prestigious school. There's so many big names came through there, and I know it was not an easy thing to have to live up to some of that status and still maintain your own, which you absolutely did. Just give me some insight about what it was like at Oak Hill.
Well, I got to Oak Hill because a guy named Ed Sheffy, he actually ended up going to Georgetown. Ed's from DC. Ed called me and told me come down because I was getting in trouble. Said it was like a college campus, you know, the classroom not so big. We travel, play basketball. So it sound fun to me. When I got down there, it was total opposite. It was on the top of a mountain. The closest store was an hour. You can only focus on basketball in school. So it actually helped me in the long run. But when I first got there, it was terrible. I wanted to go home, wanted to leave, but it was the best thing for me.
Okay.
Cool. So with all the prestige that comes with Oak Hill and all the things that you've done over your career, is there anything that you might have wanted to change after you had said and done? I know you mentioned that you went to Maryland, but if there's anything that you would want to change about your career, what do you think it might be?
I would change some things about myself, not my experience. I did a lot of things wrong. I didn't work, so I loved everything that came with it, but I didn't love the game at the time. So I didn't work hard. I was naturally better than people with little effort. So if I could do it all over again, I would change my work ethic and work a little harder and commit a little more, if that makes sense.
Listen,
it makes absolute sense.
Two more questions for you, Kev, real quick. Being about 6'10", 6'11", with your size, man, you were a dominant force, and they actually featured your area about the dominance in the nation about basketball with the documentary that was shot for Showtime this past weekend that you were actually featured in a picture with DC Assault. I don't even know if you've seen that, but they actually featured your team picture in there. What do you say about your area? Could your area stack up with any other area? We talk about the Chicagos, the LAs, the New Yorks, all around the world. Do you think the DMV and the DC area has the best basketball? It's a topic of debate right now.
The question is, could they stack up to us? I feel like we're the best. That's just me being honest. If you look over the past 20, 30 years, we probably got the most D1s, Division I college players. We right now, this is for a long time. This is the best place there is right now. This DMV area.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. He said DMV got it. All right, let me wrap this up with you. So not including yourself, you had to pick 5 big men all time to be on a team. Who would those top 5 big men be for you?
The greatest of all time is Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, Olajuwon, and I'm say Dave Robinson. But my 5 who I like personally is Shaq, Dirk Coleman, Rasheed Wallace, Sean Kemp, and what's my last one? Yeah, that's probably about, and Garnett.
So with the exception of Shaq, all your players there even though they were big men, they could stretch the floor because they could definitely put the ball up.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
I'm sorry, you might have to repeat because we lost some audio here.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be out there. And I didn't name Tim Duncan a precious. Hello.
Yeah, we got you there, Kev. Say what,
hello.
That last one.
Yeah, no, I said last night I said Dave Robinson, but I meant to say Tim Duncan.
Oh, Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's solid. That's solid, man. Kev, you got any more for him? We good?
I'm good, man. It's my man has given us some gems here, and I appreciate him taking the time to come out and speak with us today.
Oh, I do got
appreciate
one.
Y'all for having me.
Kev, I do got one more. I changed it up. Listen, knowing I'm an Al, knowing that you were Al, man, people really don't appreciate, even though he's a Hall of Famer, you know, Coach Chaney, man. If there's one thing you can share about your experience with Coach Chaney that he might have left you, like one jewel of life as being a man, what can you say that Coach Chaney left you that has been formidable in your life and that you hold true to this very day?
Stand up and be loyal. His favorite thing he told me, as a man, don't sit down and pee. Don't sit down and pee. So stand up for yourself, be loyal to who you loyal to, and make sure you stick with it.
Solid. Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's been a great one, man. We want to thank our special guest, Kevin Lyde, a formidable big man from the DMV area, college great, international basketball player. Kev, we really thank you for tuning in with us, being a part of the Stoop, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. To my guy, Kev P. This is TJ. It's been another great episode. See y'all soon.
Some say that it gets no real on the field or the court. We capture the thrillers. Some opinions and all of the truth. Real people talking real sports on the Stoop.